Our $12,500 target got hit yesterday. Yes, sometimes that magical technical analysis bullshit does work. So where do we go from here? Do we crash and burn, or is there continuation? Hello Adrian, and welcome back to my channel. It is 7:30 p.m. UTC plus 8 is my time zone. Hope you are all doing well on this beautiful, what day are we today? We are Tuesday. Yes, the second day of our working day. Yes, because yesterday was such a beautiful day that I am in a little bit of a blur because yesterday was really crazy, right? Because we were discussing and talking about it, and just when we were making our green box for the $12,500 level together, yes, we said that if we would be breaking up for the, remember, if we would be breaking up and touching this for the third time, this was our first time, this was our second time, this was our third time, we would most likely be breaking up towards the $12,500 level. And sometimes this technical analysis bullshit does work, apparently. So hope you all had a very nice trade, and hope you all made tons of money and did very well. Anyways, I wanted to wish you all, the hardcore crew, welcome first. Hi Darren, hi Gita, hi Zaldi, hi Lex, hi Tangs, hi Baumwheat. Hope you're all doing very well. Anyways, before we go into some technical analysis, well, let's do what we are looking first. Hi Mending, is always the Dixie. What is going on with the Dixie, right? The Dixie is, wow, incredible, isn't it? The Dixie is just nose diving like a crazy shitcoin towards the downside. Yes, the dollar is a shitcoin. Apparently, it keeps crashing towards the downside. So yeah. What can I say? If the Dixie is going down, that means good stuff for our investment market and everything, because yeah, everything is pretty much traded with the dollar. So yeah, that means investments and cryptocurrency, traditional markets, everything is most likely going to keep going up as long as the Dixie is, stable or going towards the downside. Well, is that the truth? Is that the truth? Yes or no? Well, let's take a look. Well, let's take a look on the S&P. Well, what do you know? We are not at the all-time high just yet, but very near. As you can see, we keep on moving up. So, yep. I will put a nice red line here just to have notice when we hit the all-time high here. Here we go. That is the all-time high at 3,397.5. And we are currently at 3,385, so pretty much very near towards that top, or the all-time high of the S&P. So like I said, and well, look at this look at this so far. As we can clearly see, above the 10 simple move, above the EMA 21, above the EMA the simple 21, and above the EMA 55. And what can you see? It is still diverging. The distance is basically the same between the EMA 21 and the EMA 55. What does that mean? Well, most likely we'll be going towards continuation towards the top. As long as we keep closing the dailies above the 10 simple moving average, there is really literally no doubt that we are keep a continuation of our trend. And it's only once we start closing and breaking below the EMA 21 on the daily, then we will be seeing thinking about some sort of like a reversal pattern. But until that happens, there's nothing to say. Continuation of the trend, and the trend is our friend until the end. That's basically it. So let's take a look on Nasdaq, and well, what do we see? Well, what do you know? We have created a new all-time high. Yes, a new all-time high once again for our good old Nasdaq. And well, everything on the tech market is now rising above everything once again, and this looks like once again another higher low here that we have formed just above the EMA 21, and other than that, obviously we can see exactly the same things as we can see with the S&P, above the 10 simple moving average, above the EMA 21, above the 21 simple moving average, and above the EMA 55. Divergence between the EMA 21 and the EMA 55. What does that mean? Well, that means most likely continuation of our trend towards the upside and new all-time highs. So what does that mean for our good old little Bitcoin? Dixie going down, traditional markets going up. What do you think is going to be happening? Of course, we will have continuation of our trend, very, very probably as well on Bitcoin, right? So for the people like, and it's really funny because actually after we broke towards the upside, towards that 12,500 here, actually some people were already telling me like, hey, there is bearish divergence. There's bearish divergence. We are going back down. This is going to crash. Blah 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 blah. But that's not how I see it. It's really not how I see it. With the traditional markets going up, with the Dixie going down, with how our chart is forming right now, as you can see, closed above the 10 simple moving average, above the EMA 21, above the EMA 55, and it is diverging towards the upside. What does that mean? Although the 10 simple moving average is not as strongly as on the traditional market, so the Bitcoin market is still a little bit weaker in terms of like pushing towards the upside, but it goes in rotations. It's just how it is, right? We can't think that our Bitcoin is like the most most popular market in the world or something like that. But anyways, what does this mean? Yeah, most likely continuation of the trend. And what did I tell you yesterday? When we have some sort of like an ascending triangle and we break up from that ascending triangle, most likely we'll be going up. And then what happens then? It touches the breakout point, and then it moves back down. And then what happens next? Well, you've guessed it already. Most likely we will have some consolidation here around this area here, and then what happens? Well, most likely we are going to be going towards the next step towards the upside. So where do I expect Bitcoin to be going? Most likely within this week or something like that. Most likely $13,000. And yeah, that sounds that sounds very very weird and very crazy maybe for some, but that's basically what I'm seeing, and that's what I think is going to be happening. So yeah, just get ready for it, because yeah, that is what is very very likely to be happening. Well, we always have to keep in mind in our scenarios, of course, that things can reverse and things can go wrong as well, right? So this is something that that I wanted to tell you guys also actually from yesterday. So what people want, right, and what people want is to have a strategy, or to find an indicator, or to find some method that can never be wrong, right? That's what people always want to be doing, right? So when somebody is right, when somebody, god damn it, Yakubu, you're gonna get banned. Sorry for the spam, but he's gonna get spammed. Sorry for the spam. But anyways, so people are always looking for a perfect method, or a perfect strategy, or a perfect where you can never go wrong, and that is impossible in trading, right? So when you can do whatever you want, and you know, there is no way that you will have a 100% strategy. There's no way that you can have a 100% probability. There's just no way in trading, right? So the reason why I am, like I said yesterday, more worried that I will be wrong is because I've been right so many times. And when I'm right so many times, my mindset goes, okay, well, the probability is getting higher that I'll be wrong. So that's basically how my mind actually works. Why and that basically differentiates me from a lot of other traders, because other traders, well, they just think when they are on a high, they keep making the right moves. They just keep on, you know, being correct, and then they get more confidence, and they get more self-confidence, and then that's when basically you are going to be making big mistakes, and you are going to be making big errors, and for example, you're gonna put yourself into bigger positions because you have so much confidence, because you have been on a really good streak, or you will be adjusting your strategy, taking more risk, than normal, where normally you would be only entering on, like, you know, for example, the EMA 55, but now you're like, well, things are going really well, I'm going to enter at the EMA 21, for example, right? So those kind of adjustments are and that's when things actually really can go wrong, and you'll be losing a lot of money. So the only advice that I can tell you is, when we are trading, we are looking at probabilities that are never 100%. But that's okay, and you have to accept that. You really have to accept that as a trader. So when you cannot be 100% right all the time. It's impossible. There's no trader that has 100% winning trades. You have seen me getting stopped out plenty of times. You have seen me get things wrong plenty of times as well. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, what you want is to be more times right than more times wrong. And at the end of the amount of times that you've been entering your positions, and thanks to risk management, you will be making profits. Like I keep explaining, if you enter a trade and you have profits $100 4 times in a week, and you are wrong 3 times in a week for the same amount for $100, at the end of the week you are still up $100, right? So that's how you have to be looking at trading. And for me, like I said, the last couple of days, or the last couple of trades, things have been going just insanely well, because things have been basically what I keep saying is coming through. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, at this point, there will be one time that I'll be completely wrong, and that's basically how we should be thinking about things, right? So other than that, what did I tell you yesterday? Reaching the 12,500. What does that mean? Retesting the previous breakout point where we had go, right? So what am I expecting? Back retesting around this area here, and then some sort of accumulation, but not long. I don't think this is gonna be very long. Maybe today, tomorrow. I think by tomorrow, or by tomorrow or the next day, in 2 days, we'll most likely be pumping back up once again, retesting the 12.5, and most likely breaking it and going towards 13K. That's basically what things are looking like, just based upon looking at the traditional markets, based upon looking at the Dixie, and so on and so on. But of course, this is on the daily chart. So on the daily charts, you won't be seeing that much, right? You won't be seeing the larger swings than on the shorter time frames, right? So let's go into the 4-hour chart. So what did I explain yesterday? So yesterday we had this basically this triangle that we were thinking that was going to be breaking out towards the upside, and that was what happened. And then what I tell you guys is, well, how can we know that we will most likely go to that 12,500 area? Is when we would be breaking this orange line, right? And as you can see here, smashed through the orange line, and bam, to the $12,500 as we were expecting. And how did we get to that $12,500? Well, we just went into the previous body of the previous candle in the past, in 2019, where we made that high at 12,550, something like that, something around that area. So that's how we basically measured our move to 12,500, and that's basically what happened as well. And right now, where are we at? We can clearly see that we are retracing, but this is some sort of like a very nice bullet flag that we are forming right now. And yeah, like I said, most likely this looks like continuation to me. Bull flag towards the downside. Bull flag towards the downside. Somewhere, I moved the green box here. Let's move this green box back so it's back to normal. So what am I expecting? Yeah, of course, some sort of bull flag here, and it's going to be either the 10 simple moving average that we're going to have that breakout for the upside. That is a possible scenario, because yeah, things are looking quite bullish. But what I am actually expecting is, because most likely, usually what happens is we go back down all the way towards the previous pivot point, or the breakout point, which was this area here, and this is where the EMA 21 is coming up here. So most likely is where we can make that bounce towards the upside, and that's basically what I'm expecting as well, right? So Now we can remove this because this is no longer valid. We can remove this because this is no longer valid, and we can remove this because that is no longer valid. So what are we expecting? Well, most likely somewhere around 13,000. Why? Well, if we are making a measured move of this basically this bull flag that we are forming, if we are making a measured move of that bull flag, and we moved it towards the upside, towards the breakout point, let's say we break off somewhere around here, right? Somewhere around here, you can clearly see that the measured move is exactly towards the $13,000 area. So yeah, looks pretty good to me. Other than that, let's take a look on the RSI, because, well, what we can see is the RSI is doing exactly the same thing. What is very, very bullish. We are forming some sort of like a bull flag also on the RSI towards the downside, and yeah, that is basically what we are looking for in our pattern for continuation of our trend as well, right? So do I expect that we will go lower than that? Well, I think it's very unlikely with how bullish things are going right now. So I would expect, like I said, somewhere around this area here is where we're gonna be retracing towards to. So either we bounce off of the 10 simple moving average, which is currently at what is it right now, at 12,147, or we go a little bit lower around 12,050, somewhere in between that zone here is where I expect the price to be ending up here, and then most likely a break up towards the upside. That's basically what I'm expecting. Other than that, well, we always have to have contingency plans. Well, the contingency plans are quite easy as well. If we do break, let's remove this one as well. If we do break, where would be our dangerous zones, right? Let's start first with the daily. A daily close below the 10 simple moving average, that would not be good. I would be most likely, because I'm my risk management is very, very, very tight, so I would most likely be closing my long position if we would be closing a daily below the 10 simple moving average. But the critical point is, of course, the EMA 21, or the yellow line here. If we close a daily candle below the EMA 21, that would be very, very bad, and most likely triggering an effect going back down towards the EMA 55. So those are basically the areas that we have to be very, very careful if we do break on those kind of levels. Very simple as well. On the 4 hour, it's just basically from green box to green box. If we close below the green box, which is if we close below the green box on the 4 hour, which is below the EMA 21, most likely we'll be heading back down towards this green box here around the 11,700. If we close below the 11,700, then most likely we'll be going this green box towards this, and down this box towards the downside here, right? So those are basically the areas that we are looking at. How do you trade during the breakout? Well, that's very simple. So for people who don't want to take the risk, right? So yesterday I told you guys, if you are not entering at the green box here, right? If you're not entering at this green box here, you can play the breakout. And how do you play the breakout? Like I said, explained before, there's two ways that you can play the breakout. Either you wait for a 4 hour candle close above the green box. That's one way to do it. And then you enter your long position, or you wait to be spiking above the price, just going just above this previous high here, which was at 12,100 and what was it? 12,166. So if price just goes above 12,168, you just click long and you ride the wave up towards the 12,500. So exactly the same strategy you can use right now. So if you don't want to be playing the bounce, so if you don't want to be waiting or saying like, yeah, I don't trust this this bounce here towards this downside, you don't have to be entering a position. You can do exactly the same thing. So exactly the same thing would be 4 hour candle close above this green box. So if we close above this green box on a 4 hour candle close, most likely continuation toward this green box towards the 13,000. Or you can play the wick. Once again, we have this top here, which is currently at, and I will put the red line, mark the orange line once again there, exactly at 12,500. So if price just moves up above 12,500, you click long, because most likely it will go all the way to the 13,000 and you close your position there. So very simple, same strategy, same techniques that you can be using all over and over and over, the same strategies that you can use pretty much all over and over again. It's just a matter of, like, you know, making sure that that you know what your risk is and how you can manage your risk, right? So that's basically it. That's how you trade for a breakout, right? But for me, obviously, I'm quite experienced, so I want to be seeing what is going on here right now over the next 8 minutes or something like that. 8 minutes. I want to be seeing if this price closes, the next 4 hour closes above the 10 simple moving average, above this pivot point basically, which is currently at 12,143. We are quite substantially above it, so I just have a feeling that that people are going to be front running this, and most likely be pushing this price higher immediately. But I will be doing exactly the same strategy. If I do see that this structure is starting to break towards the upside, I'll be entering my long either way, right? So that's basically how I'm gonna play it as well, because like I said, I don't see anything to be thinking about bearish or anything like that. We are in a momentum moving towards the upside. This is like a freight train moving towards the upside, so I don't see any issues at all. Let's talk about Bitcoin dominance. Well, Bitcoin dominance, did I tell you when Bitcoin is going to make a move? You can see it, bam. Bitcoin dominance goes towards the upside, and then of course the altcoins get a little bit ravaged, pushed towards the downside. And like I said, this week is really not the week to be into altcoin. This week is really to be into Bitcoin, like I've said and predicted it already. I think last week when I told you guys, like, hey, be very careful with altcoins this week, because most likely this week is the week for Bitcoin. And I do expect when we take that next leg towards the upside, that we're going to be breaking this green line, and most likely we'll be heading back up towards the 62 level. So once again, altcoins, be very careful if you are in an altcoins trade. This freight train is very likely moving up even more, and like I said, pretty clear, most likely towards that 13,000 area or something very near there, right? So what else do we want to talk about? Well, what do we talk about? Link, of course. Let's talk about Link. Well, what do you know? Well, the oracle said that most likely, well, I don't want to say it, but I said between 1950 and $20 and a half. I mean, something around there. The dang oracle is not a buyer for Link. that's basically what I said, because most likely we will have at least a serious pullback from that area, and you know, so very careful. Like I said, be very careful. That most likely the Link is going to be making a big retracement back towards the downside. Is this going to be going all the way down? No, it will have bounces along the way, right? So it will have bounces along the way. So right now, what I'm looking at is, of course, this one right here. So if we start closing below. It's not below just yet, but if we start closing below the EMA 55, this will be looking very bad, and most likely will be ending all the way back down here, which is at around 13 point, where is it? Around, yeah, I'll have to do it manually. 13.8, yeah, 13.8. So around $13.8 if we don't hold the EMA 21, sorry, the EMA 55, sorry, the EMA 55. So that would be a serious move back down to 13.8. But I do believe that once again we will have bounces along the way there. If we do bounce from this area here, from this EMA 55, of course I do expect this to move back up, back towards like, you know, the $19 area or something like that. So would I be immediately going into a short or something like that? Not really. If you wanted to play the short, well, the short was was basically around this area here, right? So around around between 19 and a half and 20 and a half. If you just listened, if you just started putting in shorting positions from that area for Link, you would have made a lot of money, right? So, but anyways. I've already said, be very careful with the Link, and be very careful with this hype train. It always ends up in tears whenever we get a parabolic move. Doesn't mean that you know that the token is shit, or the token is bad or anything like that. No, it has nothing to do with it. It's just basically. You have to look at it as a game of hot potatoes, right? So you're just passing the hot potato, and eventually there are losers, right? There are losers, and there's no 100% winners in this game, right? So, but other than that, that's basically that's basically the area that we are looking at. Do we close above this, below this, start closing below the EMA 55? Most likely a pullback, continuation pullback towards the 13.8. So if you want to be entering some Link, that's actually where I would be entering back along around that area there. So it's not like I'm very negative or anything like that. But for now, I mean, it's just so funny, because to be honest, when I made that video and I posted it, and I said, is Link going to be dumping? I got a lot of hate messages, to be honest. A lot of people were like telling me, because I mean, that's the problem. Like I keep saying that as well. You cannot be so and if you're a trader, you cannot be emotionally attached to the token. Like, I don't care. I literally don't care. I mean, if Link goes up, I'm happy for you. If you're an investor in Link, yeah, very good for you, right? I mean, you know, it did amazing. It went up parabolic. You can't get better than that. But you also have to understand that if it goes parabolic, it will crash at one point and it will make a retracement. And if you can't handle that, and if you can't handle somebody who sees these types of patterns and shorts the market, then, you know, I don't know what to say. You know, then you're just a fanboy and you're not a trader, right? For me, I'm a trader, so I just want to make money. I don't care about the token. I don't care about the crypto. You can tell me it will change the world. Cool. I change the world with my foundation, where I do goodwill and do good stuff for poor people, and that needs money. The foundation needs money, right? So the damn foundation needs money to be helping out the world. Right? That's basically what I care about. But yeah, I mean, it was very obvious. It was very obvious, and I gave the ranges and the zones, and I also said, like, be very careful. But I got a lot of hate messages from Link supporters and stuff like that. So yeah, I apologize. I apologize for all the Link Marines at this point. Let's give them a minute of silence with this red candle and their portfolio that they're holding at $19 or $20, and they see a minus 50% of their of their portfolio or something like that. But that does not mean that it's not going to be breaking an all-time high once again. It will, right? So to be honest, I really think that it will. But not now. But most likely in maybe in a couple of months, it will be the $30 or something like that, and then they will be like, "Ha! See, it's $30 now. I'm okay with my $20 chain link, which is cool." But you know, that's not what I mean. I mean, as an investor, I can pick it back up at like you know, $8 or something like that, and ride it to the top to $30, I'll be happy with that. I don't want to be holding my chain link if it from $20 and it goes to like $8 or something like that. I don't want to be holding that. That's like that's what I mean with those people who are holding bags from like 2 years ago. And I know a lot of people are like that, who are still holding like these Ripple, for example, XRP at like $1 that they bought in at $1, and now it's pumping up to like 32 cents or something like that, and they're like, wow, yes, finally it's going back up, and after 5 years it's going to be $1 and I'll be recovering my investment. Well, in 5 years I can do a lot of other stuff with my money instead of like just holding a stupid bag of XRP as a trader, and that's the difference of a trader and somebody who just is holding bags and bags of shit coins or something like that. But anyways, that's just my personal opinion. I hope that I didn't offend so many people because whenever I go onto this altcoin rant, people tend to be hating me. That's probably why I don't have that many followers as well. But that's okay. I literally don't give a anyways, let's move on back into good old Bitcoin. Right, let's go into Bitcoin. God damn it, it's already pushing towards the upside, and it looks like it wants to be bouncing off the 10 simple moving average, right? So I really hope that it doesn't. I really hope that it goes back down to the EMA 21, where I have some longing positions laddered in between, and I hope that that we get there. But obviously, yeah, things are looking bullish. RSI is starting to break also towards the upside once again. So let's see what would it, yeah, if we are drawing it like let's go on a very small time frame just to see the structure of the RSI. I want to be seeing the structure of the RSI. Okay, so we would be looking at something like this, right? So if we break basically if we break this this trend line and confirm the 1 hour above it, then yeah, then it's good game. it's game over. We're gonna be pumping towards the upside, right? So that's what I would be looking. Just put it on a 1 hour and see if we close. You have to be thinking we have to be closing above the line, right? So we're talking about closes. Don't get fixed into if we don't close the candle or something like that, right? So just be very careful, be very patient. That's basically the name of the game. Be very patient with trading. Don't FOMO yourself and chase positions. That's usually where things go very, very wrong, right? So what am I expecting? Well, either we break out from this bull flag, or we get another push back down here, and then we break up from there. That's basically what I'm expecting. So let's take a look on the expected move charts. Expected move charts, what are you telling us? Oh my god, expected move chart is so positive. Why are you so positive? Anyways, expected move chart is saying first standard deviation towards the upside is 12,400, so basically a retest of the 12,500 area. Expected move chart towards the downside is only 12,088. Wow, 12,088. 12,088, that's it. That means basically towards the EMA 21 and not lower than that. That's not good, guys. And it's angled towards the top side too. God damn it. Anyways, let's look at our Stokes. Stokes are still moving up towards the upside, which is something that is really good. Our RSI is curling towards the upside, meaning push towards the upside. Very, very likely. Let's take a look on the 4 hours. Oh, we have some hope. So the Stokes on the 4 hours are currently curling towards the downside. So maybe in the next 4 hours, 8 hours, we still have a little move towards the downside before we make that move towards the upside once again. So there's still a hope. There's still some hope. Let's take a look on the RSI. Well, it kind of has to be rejected here, right? So we can look here. If the next 4 hour, I would say if the next 4 hour closes above this area here, above the 12,254 area, yeah, I think it's going to be breaking towards the upside rather than the downside. So that'll be most likely it. So we'll basically know in the next 4 hours before midnight my time if we have to be FOMOing into long positions, or basically we can still chill for the next 4 hours for now. So for now, I'll still keep with my chill movement, but yeah, this looks very bullish overall. That's all I can say. Is there something else that I wanted to be saying? No, I don't think there's anything else that I want to be saying. Short term, I would say ranging between these two green boxes. range between these two green boxes between 12,500 and 12,100, something like that. If we do break below the 12,100, spike down towards 11.7. Would that be breaking the structure on the daily? It would really, technically, it would not break the structure on the daily, right? So if we get that scam wick all the way down towards 11.7, we would be basically touching the 10 simple moving average here. So a fake scam move towards the downside, it would not be that bad, to be honest. But is it going to be happening? Probabilities are very low, as you can see with the expected move charts and with the formations that we are forming. I don't think it will be happening, to be honest. Let's take a look on gold. Well, gold is moving up as well with the rest of the market as well. So yeah, what can I say? Gold is most likely going to be retesting this area, the R3 area, back above the $2,000 area. 2050 most likely continuation. 2050, 2040 is most likely continuation as well for over the next couple of days. So yeah, breaking also towards the upside. Is there something else that I want to show? Oh yeah, somebody commented and sent me a message to talk about ADA. So let's talk about a shitcoin before we end the show. Good old ADA. Let's take a look. So yeah, for the record, ADA and shitcoins, I don't think there will be a lot of movement, to be honest, during when Bitcoin is making these gigantic moves, right? So I think most likely ranging, and you can clearly see that also on the daily chart, right? So what we can see is basically some sort of like a triangle formation, right? So some sort of triangle formation like this. So because I think that Bitcoin is going to be moving towards the upside, most likely the altcoin is going to be moving towards the upside as well. So what am I expecting? Basically slowly ranging around this area here, something like that. And then once that Bitcoin is topped out and ranging more towards the upside, then of course we have the chance that we are going to be breaking towards the upside. But for now, yeah, I would not expect any altcoins to be making, well, not all, but the bigger ones to be making big moves, to be honest. Right now it is currently below the pivot point on the 4 hour, so it's actually not that great. Let's take a look on the RSI. Can we see some? Yeah, RSI is moving towards the upside, but it looks like more pressure towards the downside, but I don't think it's going to be, you know, crashing or anything like that. I would say a range between this line here, this horizontal line here. Let's make it a green box here. So around this area here, for the absolute bottom of the range, right? Absolute bottom of the range would be 0.133 as the absolute bottom of the range, but would be interested to be accumulating on that thing, but very more likely it will be this range here, where we are currently at, holding that support line around where we're at, basically 0.136 is basically where I expect things to be hanging basically, right? So and yeah, these lines are from the daily, so it doesn't work on the 4 hour, of course. 4 hours we have something like this is more accurate, right? So but other than that, I don't think gigantic moves or something like that. So maybe a little bit more towards the downside here, and then ranging, and then most likely push towards the upside once Bitcoin is starting to be topping out or something like that. But for now, like I said, if Bitcoin is making gigantic moves, not really the best spot to be going or entering into altcoins. I would let altcoins, definitely for this week, let altcoins do its course and wait it out a little bit, right? Oh, Bitcoin is getting pushed a little bit towards the downside. Yay! We're all happy. So we can enter some positions around the EMA 21. Yeah. So yeah, let's wrap it up. This is what I'm expecting, somewhere around this area here, and then make a break towards the upside. Once again, back to the 12.5K. Once again, not 100% sure that we will be breaking towards the upside, but yeah. Maybe we get rejected once again, and then we try once again another time on a later on a later spot or something like that. But yeah, retest of 12,500 is very probable, very probable, right? The best position to quit the market if things get bad. Well, I've already gone over them, Crypto Jack, so you should just rewatch the stream once again. But it's very simple. It depends on what positions you're currently at. But if you are on the daily, then it's very simple. If you're trading the daily, you should be watching the daily, and closing below the 10 simple moving average on the daily basis would be very bad. I would already most likely exit my position from there. But to be completely on the technical aspect, it is actually only the EMA 21. If we close the daily below the EMA 21, things would be very bad. It would be, you know, a change of structure, and most likely will be breaking and going back down towards the EMA 55. So those are the areas on the daily that you should be looking at. Oh, and we're going down. We're going down. Are we going to touch the 10 simple moving average? I hope so. At least the 10 simple moving average. I hope so. But anyways, yeah. I don't know about you, but I see continuation of the trend. The trend is our friend, and 13,000 most likely in the next couple of days. Retest of 12,500 very likely later tonight, tomorrow at latest, and then yeah, if it breaks 12.5, 13K, then we reanalyze things once again at 13K. But yeah, like I said, this measured move of the whole daily is telling me that we'll most likely be going all the way towards 14K. That's basically where I do believe that we'll be ending at. Actually, a little bit over 14K, but we'll go over things over those things when we get there. For now, that's where I'll be signing off. God damn it, stop bouncing towards the upside. Anyways, I'll leave you guys from here. Hope to see you again tomorrow, and we'll follow up and see if what kind of bullshit that I'm saying is coming to fruition, yes or no, right? That's the most cool thing about documenting all of these videos on a daily basis, because basically the next day there's no hiding, you know. There's like, well, you were wrong, or you were right, or you know, you were saying bullshit, or this and that, right? Anyways, wish you all the best. See you guys again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Please like, share, comment, and do whatever you want with this channel. And until tomorrow, please stay home, stay safe, and of course,